Okay, in the last video, I'll just get rid of that little bit there, I was looking at the duration maps and there was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0, and I said that in the next video I would look for the selector for these maps. Now there is a fair chance it's here. Occasionally it's at the other end, so it's at the end of the maps, and occasionally it's at the beginning of the map, so there is a fair chance it's here. So if I go back to this first map and then go to look for text view, get rid of that highlight, that's jumped because of that highlight. So if I go back to there, right, now at the moment it's decided to jump to a view that matches more or less a map view. I'm just going to add some more to fill the screen up a bit better. Right, now what we're really looking for is the number 6. So what we could do is we could go and use search and search for 6. And what I often suggest to people is that they go a bit before, let's say up here somewhere, click randomly anywhere, it doesn't matter, and then use search and search for 6. And that will probably do what we want. So let's just try that. We'll go there, no reason why, we'll just go there. And then I'll say search byte sequence, and in there I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a 6 on the end, and I won't click OK because that won't give me a chance to do another search. So I'll just click go forwards, and it's jumped to there, and it's 6 and 6. Well, I'm not looking for a 6 by 6, so I don't want that, which means it's going to jump to there, so I don't want that either. So I'll go again. Now it's jumped to there. Right, it seems to be jumping all over the place, so let's go and have another look. Right, we've got several 6s, but now we've ended up just in front of, and I'll just get rid of that out of the way. Here's our duration 0, and we're just in front of it with a 6. So there's a fairly good chance that that's what we've been looking for, our duration selector. I'll just delete that. Right, now let's have a look at the numbers. That's probably not relevant. That's probably a pointer being used by the file developers and Windows. Then I've got a number there, another one. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, maybe not. Let's have a look. Let's go back the other way. Let's try it here. If you've looked at these files before, especially the edc16, you'll know that these actually represent 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So maybe this number is relevant. Well, let's go back and see anyway, because what we'll do is to find out what's happening, we'll go, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's my 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, now if I press K with a little bit of luck, that will select that, and it has. Now, Windows, as you can see, has jumped in and decided what these are. And you always need to be a little bit wary of this in case Windows gets it wrong. Now what I normally do is when that happens I jump straight to that and have a check, but I'm not going to because I just want to sort this bit out first. Right, we think that this is the duration selection map or selector, so we'll call it duration selector. The description and the units is fairly meaningless in this case. We want it to read numbers that we understand, so if we put in 0.0039065, it will read 1, 2, 3 and so on. It will only do that because what we've effectively done is divide every number by 256. So 256 divided by 256 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's not magic, it's dead simple the way it's worked out. Right, now what we need to do is have a look at this and see what Windows has done, because sometimes Windows just decides, oh, I'll stick any old numbers in there, let's see what happens. Right, now what has it done with this? It hasn't really done anything, has it? It's just decided that they are numbers. It's decided that there's a sign in for them, hence the -86, which is not unreasonable, because if it didn't use that sign, what we would get would be a silly number thanks to the 65450. So using the sign there does make a lot of sense. Now, let's have a look. I would say that we probably want to use our old friend 0.023437 in there, don't we? And then let's try a couple of decimal points and see what we get. So let's have a look. Right, now, yeah, I suppose that could be reasonable. It's suggesting which map we should be using, and quite a lot of the time we would be using perhaps 1 and 0. They make reasonably sensible figures. So, okay, yeah, so I'll accept that for now. I can always worry about it later, because the thing that I would want to do would be to look at these figures here and then look at the duration maps and see if they make sense. So that when it decides it's going to choose map 1, is map 1 a sensible map to use at that point? But I'd have to dig a lot deeper into all the files to double check that. But those seem like quite reasonable numbers at the moment, whereas they didn't before. So I'll leave them as that for now. So I'll say, right, okay, that's all right then. So now then, I've got my duration selector, duration maps 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got those. So I've got pretty much everything I need there. So what I'll do is I'll stop at that point. I'll probably go and look for start of injection next. Right, so